And there you have it, people. The Game Awards has just ended, and it left a lot of people in shock and awe. Like, oh my god, I'm not gonna lie, the Game Awards is actually pretty good this year. Legit, it was actually pretty decent this year. You know what I mean? Like, listen, there are certain blockbuster titles that was announced here and certain ones that I personally didn't care about, but we're going to go through each and every one of these videos and actually grade this thing. If you weren't a gamer and you saw the Game Awards this year, there's a lot of new things to be looking for. There really is. Like, I cannot stress enough that gaming right now is going into a world that, hey, we can do some new things, but we can also do things going back into the past and going back into the old ways of things. Because listen, I ain't gonna lie, there is some minor controversy with some of these video games. Even though I'm not particularly care for, we are going to address it briefly, and hopefully in the future, when these games come out, we can actually give a thorough review for some of these things. So sit back and let's go on, grade the Video Game Award. How is the Game Awards actually faring right now, and what is it looking like in the future for these titles, and what I believe that they could have shown, and actually putting things down the road of what's coming out next year and the year beyond. But one thing I gotta say, people, 2025 is a very packed year for video games. The potential release of Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out next year, even though I believe it's going to get delayed and come out early 2026. So let's go on and watch and review the Video Game Awards. Okay, people, the first one we got that came out for the Video Game Awards is a blast from the past. We know this game was very, very cool when the original IP came out during the SNES iteration and the other versions. And then when it came to Xbox, it took it to a whole new level with Ninja Gaiden going on into the PS3. Ninja Gaiden is back. This game in particular was very cool to me, man. This thing was really, really cool to me, man. Look, the animation from this is really good. Look at this trailer, people. It's really, really solid. Like, I can't believe, like, side-scrolling games these days is some of the coolest shit I've ever seen in video games. It's some of the coolest. It takes an old school IP coming into the newer actual echelon of these IPs. I gotta say, for a ritual reveal from a blast from the past, this is nostalgic. Like, look, people, Ninja Gaiden art looks impeccable. A good start to the finish. I give this thing a solid 8 out of 10 for this actual video game iteration. The game is made by the Game Kitchen, the studio behind the rock hard social Metroidvania Blasphemous, which you can see with the artistic style. If you don't know what Blasphemous is a very, very fun game. I played it very briefly, even though I'm going to get back into it at some point when I go my downtime, when I'm traveling. Action Adventure arrives in 2025. This is the first game. There's a lot of people that's very interested in this game that I've seen online on Twitter and on various forums and in my YouTube comment section for some of these. And here's a game that, even though it's not for me, I understand why some people like this, because there's a lot of people that like to play cozy games. I'm not interested in this, unfortunately. The game is called One Move Away World Premiere. The game is called One Move Away. It's a cozy game. Like, I'm not really interested in that, unfortunately. But hey, it's for somebody, not for me. Slay the Spire 2. I'm very, very, very excited about Slay the Spire. This game, for me in particular, I got this game as a gift, and I was addicted to this roguelike. Legit, I was spending hours and hours and hours playing the original Slay the Spire. That I was actually hyped for this game. Even though people say, oh, the graphics don't matter. This was just a fun time. It gave me my feel of roguelikes, and it gave me my feel of RPG elements. This was fun, and I can't wait to play this. This is really, really good, dude. Look at that, man. I don't know anything about Dave the Diver. I know it got an award in the past. I know it's very, very beloved IP, but I'm not really a fan of Dave the Diver, even though I said earlier, it's not for me. I understand people like it, and it's decent enough because the popular original Dave the Diver, people actually like that game. This game is thick as thieves. I don't want to say it left a bad taste in my mouth, but it has these elements of, this reminds me a bit of Redfall, and we know how Redfall left people's imaginations, I should say. Me in particular, I was decent. I was like, okay, I could give the game a chance, maybe get it on the discount or something, but this look, this feel, video games does not prioritize graphics all the time anymore. Of course, with the recent reveals of this year, graphics aren't everything. It's really not. But in this particular vein, this may be a bit too much in a certain direction that I'm not comfortable with supporting. I know I played a little bit of Redfall. I know I didn't hype the game up because it's not really for me. Based on this in-engine footage, it's kind of a good thing to say, hey, I see what direction you're going to. Sorry, people, it is what it is. Like, how is this Pac-Man? Like, you would not believe this was Pac-Man unless you saw the actual title of it. Because Eldritch Pac-Man, how do you come up with this? How do you come up with something this actual innovative? It's different. It's a side scroll. It's kind of like a Metroidvania. Bro, sign me up. We over here eating. We eating good as gamers. Come on, people. Just take my money. Just take my money, man. It's different. You see what I'm saying? Things like this grasp your eye. I'm very, very excited about this. Here's a game that I'm particularly not that interested in. Still pause, a new mobile game. I don't play mobile games. I really, truly do not play mobile games that much, I should say. It's not really my thing, even though I got a decent enough phone. Mobile games aren't my forte. In this game right here, this is another cozy game from, what, Core Keeper creators? Listen, when I first saw this, I thought this was Terraria. Anything that's a pixel art game that's reminiscing into the old school generation of video games, I'm slightly interested in. I don't know, it's like a quirk of me. I like pixelated games for some reason. It reminds me of a time where games is better form factor and fun than the hyper-realistic and actual texturized video games of the day. In this game reveal, I did not see coming at all from the developers of Sifu, an old arcadey style sports game. This game looks freaking cool to me, even though I don't remember the last time I played a sports game, because I don't like traditional sports games anymore. I'm sorry, like the Maddens, the 2Ks, I'm sorry, I'm not playing your games anymore. You guys cannot get the job done at this point. You really can't. The simulated football, basketball experience is done for me, dude. I don't like that stuff at all, because you guys show that you don't care about your fans with the microtransactions and stuff like that, taking away features and putting your features back in later on and charging more money for these games. Sorry, you're not getting my buck anymore. Anything that gives you a good arcade feel style games from the and here's an amazing trailer that nobody saw coming. There was rumors and rumblings about The Witcher 4, where you play, it's been confirmed now that you play as Ciri. We don't know where Geralt is at. This is set, I want to say, years in the future, where you're actually playing Cyrilla. Based on this trailer, I'm probably gonna have a longer video about this because I love CD Projekt Red. Based on my reaction, I didn't even know this was The Witcher. What, they're in Skellige, or is she in some other world where she's port hopping and stuff? CD Projekt Red had a swan song moment where they failed with Cyberpunk 2077. Then they came out with Phantom Liberty and updated the game periodically. I'm excited for The Witcher 4. The Witcher 3 was amazing. Witcher 1 was good. I didn't play The Witcher 2, unfortunately. This game signifies a new direction for CD Projekt Red. I'm pretty sure they learned their lesson, and they're not going to release slop like they did with Cyberpunk 2077. They're not going to do it. This piques my interest. It really does. A fantasy game, fantasy RPG, Witcher, with Ciri. There's a lot of possibilities that you can do with playing Ciri if she's still world hopping. This is going to be dope. It's going to be dope. I give this trailer a 10 out of 10. And honestly, the way this Game Awards is looking, it's going to get hype. I was the first one to put up a reaction to this. This blew my fucking mind. I'm sorry. I'm cursing. This is going to be raw and unfiltered. This blew my mind. I thought this was an Elden Ring battle royal at first. People, when I saw this, I said, wait, solo leveling? I said, ha, I made a joke about solo leveling. The amount of hype that has come from this trailer. Bro, Elden Ring, Miyazaki, you got me again, bro. You got me. You freaking got me, dog. I'm gonna be playing this next year. Bro, this looks amazing. A slightly updated version of their engine too. Bro, people don't realize the Elden Ring engine is actually very old with slightly updates, kind of like the Gamebryo engine, the Starfield engine, and Crash Kids 2 engine. And when to top it all off, it's a freaking survival roguelike. You got me, son. You freaking got me, son. If you told me this is a freaking brand new game, I'm flabbergasted at this point. Look at this. Look at this. It's a class-based system too. Dude, us and the boys, we about to go ham. We're gonna go ham with the boys when this comes out, bro. And my girl, I thought this was Melina. I don't know how this is gonna set in the lore. Is it a boss rush? I don't know. Elden Ring is one of the most popular IPs of all time right now. It's up there. Has it surpassed Bloodborne? It probably has surpassed Bloodborne at this point. That's the freaking Nameless King! Dude, it's the Nameless King! There's a lot of people that don't realize I fell in love with Elden Ring. This is the first Souls game that I actually beat. Loved it. I didn't play the DLC that much because I had some time to crunch. I played a little bit of it. I pretty much stopped playing it because I had a lot of other things to do. But looking at this game now, I'm gonna hop back in next year. I'm gonna play the DLC. I'm gonna be playing freaking this. I don't know, man. I don't know what this guy's cooking. I don't know what Miyazaki's smoking. This game, people are gonna be talking about Elden Ring's greatness for years to come. They really are. They truly are. I cannot believe. Bravo. This is a 10 out of 10. This game, 100%, 10 out of freaking 10. Sign me up. I'm going to be playing it. Take my money now. And of course, it's coming to the last gen consoles, unfortunately. That's the only thing that's a drawback from this game. If it was next gen only, you see a lot of people upgrade from the Xbox to the Series X, are playing. This is an Xbox, everything on PC or the PS5 Pro. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming to PC. I believe this game was robbed for Game of the Year. That's just me, but I'm biased for Final Fantasy VII. Next, we have a game that I particularly don't care for, unfortunately. Catly, can't really give my synopsis on it because I'm not really a cozy kind of game person. Like I said earlier, hey, it's for somebody, not for me. I'm excited about this game. Back in the day when the PlayStation 2 was coming out, we had demo disc of videos. Ico was one of those games, was on that demo disc. Back in the day when the PlayStation 2 was coming out, the hype was so unreal. The hype was so massive from the PlayStation to the PlayStation 2. It's going to hit. The atmosphere of this game looks freaking fire. No pun intended. You'll see later on in this game. They have something special here. The games that's coming out in this future, where we're heading, is something that I haven't seen in a long time. Like legit. We know gaming has to change. It has to change. We can't keep on dealing with the certain individuals in the higher ups of these companies taking over game corporations. You know what I mean? Like, you can't butt in. If you have money, you can't butt into gaming. We're doing something good. We're doing something amazing. And I can't wait to see where this goes because this scratches an itch. It's mysterious. It's coming back from a famous developer. This is good. Okay, now we have the Outer Worlds 2. This is my bread and butter. 100% my bread and freaking butter. I love Obsidian games. I played Fallout New Vegas for the first time last year, a couple years ago. Didn't beat it, but I absolutely loved it. This game series is a step in the right direction for Obsidian. I know we have Avowed coming out next year. I'm very hyped for that. Me and space video games, we're like this. I love Starfield. You guys know that Starfield. I should have that as an alert or something. Because listen, people, this game in particular, I love what they did. They try to have the more humorous aspect of they did with the Outer Worlds 1, going with the space tyrannical or be corpo bro. It was really, really decent at what they did. But there's one thing about Obsidian games, they need to expand more on the storytelling and expand more on the choices and stuff that you make. But based on this trailer, the graphics, it gives you that old school feel and it gives you that funny, calculated, cool stuff. I know you can see they changed the engine slightly, even though it has the same feel, it needs a little bit more of its tweaks. But in the long run, after Avowed comes out, you can see this game is going to come out with its own little flavor in its own form fashion. And honestly, I can't wait to see it. Spacer's choice, people. Get your Sal Tuna. And as people can see, last year or a couple years ago when this game was announced at the Xbox Showcase, it was considered an Xbox exclusive. Now, currently, where everything is in Xbox and doing games on a game-by-game basis, going to the other platform, which I believe that's a lie, unfortunately. This is coming to the PlayStation 5 as well. PS5 Pro, Xbox, Game Pass, and Steam. Maybe Nintendo Switch 2. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You never know. This guy comes up with a good ass concept all the time with these co-op games. Split Fiction is a sci-fi and fantasy co-op game from the creators of No Way Out. More co-op games in the future is where we're heading in certain things. More people want to play co-op games, more people want to play party games because we saw what happens to these games on Steam, from Among Us, from The company game, you know what I'm talking about, with the people in the red suits. I can't remember what it was. You know what I'm talking about, going to the plant collecting stuff. This game goes, it's more of like a AAA game going into that kind of vein. This is the feel of interesting games can get sales. You don't have to be political, you don't have to do all this other crap. If your game is creative, you will sell. That's just how I believe. If it's fun, your game will sell regardless of what you want to put in it. If things are forced, people will revolt. People won't believe in your vision, and people won't buy your game. That's just how I believe. That's what we do here. We are here to 100% not grift. We're here to 100% tell you where things lie in video games. That is what I believe, and that's where we're going to strive to for this channel. And hopefully in the future, we can grow past that milestone. I was shocked at what this game was. I thought this was a fighting game. I thought this was a Pacific Rim game. I don't really have a lot of opinions on it, unfortunately. That's just me. I don't have a lot of opinions on it because, listen, it looks like Zoids or something like that to me. A big robot fighting game, kind of arcadey. Looks decent enough. I need to see more gameplay for it, unfortunately. I can't really give a definite answer. It looks cool. It satisfies that itch for some people. Not for me. I gotta see more of it. That's all I got for you. We have this game coming out as well. It's more of a cozy game, cozy adventure style game, survival-ish. I don't say I hate the graphics of it. I like the little, it reminds me of potato mode for Skyrim back in the day. Hey man, it is what it is. I give this game a 6? Like I said, not for me particularly, but I can see where they're going, man. Like I said, people are going for more art direction and fashion for these video games, and we'll see how this game pans out in the future. Borderlands 4, people. Guys, you guys know I am a hunter. I'm a vault hunter. You guys know I'm a psychopath. I'm everything in the book. I love Borderlands. I love Borderlands since the first one. However, they did do a misstep, minor, in the pre-sequel and in Borderlands 3. The Borderlands 3 was the first Borderlands I didn't finish completely. I played the main story. Once we see the gameplay and stuff for this game in the future, it's going to be all hands on deck. People love a good looter shooter. The original looter shooter. It's more of like a cosmic cataclysm going in, fighting an invader from another world looking. Art style is on point. Taken to the next level. Storytelling to the next level, because it's made by the same people that did Tales from the Borderlands as well. That is a fire looking siren. To me, that's the best looking siren that has ever come in these Borderlands games. And I gotta say, people, if you think they're not creative when making these games, dude, Borderlands 4, I'm looking to play you next year or 2026, whenever you're coming out. I'll be here playing it. Let's go. This was some of the hypest shit that I've seen in freaking Game Awards. I love Tekken, love Final Fantasy 16. Clive in Final Fantasy 16, dude. I was screaming when I saw this. This dude, even the extended trailer, I didn't react to it. Even the extended trailer of this character, he is fucking awesome, dude. Clive Rossfield versus freaking Jin Kazama. Dude, he is a straight Soul Calibur character in Tekken freaking 8. Dude, look at this gameplay. Look at this gameplay. Look at him. He's just going in, dude. Going freaking in. Like, this is pretty much a fanboy reaction grading this. It really is. It's like a fanboy reaction. But we're going stand by stand. We're trying to... I know we wanted Tifa. I wanted Tifa, but... Clive Rossfield is the next best thing, dude. He's freaking cool. I should have noticed as Ben Starr said something. And speaking of fighting games, Virtua Fighter coming back. We haven't seen this game in mad years. Or should I say, very, very unexpected. The new look for this game. There's a lot of dedicated fans for Virtua Fighter. And this studio, these guys are making too many games. They're kicking ass right now with all these games. Like, legit. You got the Yakuza guys, the Yakuza Majima game. You got the freaking other game that's coming out we're going to talk about in a little bit. I'll have to read the synopsis for that because I'm really interested in how that's going to go. All I'm going to say is gaming's future is heading in a good direction, man. Like, bravo. I can't believe we're actually doing this, man. I cannot believe this is free alpha footage. See, we know this is going to be very different in the future, but coming to this conclusion of what this game is going to be, I really want to know how they came up with Project Century. I don't think it's going to be dealing with time travel. It's going to be an old style kung fu movie. Sign me up. Man, trumpets, 1915 in Japan. Look at this, dude. They don't know what it is. Ragtag. Look at him. Boom, boom, beat him up. Boom, 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 beat him up. Ooh, that's a good kick. Man, It just looks dope. And this is pre-alpha footage and we know it's gonna get better. Now we have the new Turok game. Honestly, people, this is different for me. I really wasn't a Turok fan back in the past because it was different. You know, you fight dinosaurs and stuff. I just thought that was, you just fighting dinosaurs as a Rambo kind of knockoff. That's what I thought it was. I never really gave Turok a chance. The gameplay for this game, it has me slightly interested. I know you saw bows and stuff like that. I don't know if it's co-op, it's a class-based system, or is it a co-op style kind of game? I don't know, man. I don't know what the Turok universe is like. Is it futuristic style? Turok Origins is the source of Turok, but this combat looks cool. Third person reminds me of Returnal with these graphics. I gotta see more, man. That's not good enough for me. I gotta see more Turok. Warframe. We're not gonna watch the trailer for this. I'm really not a fan of Warframe. Again, Power World. I played Power World in the beginning until they got that lawsuit against Nintendo. Then I pretty much ceased operations. And here is one of the surprise announcements from the Game Awards. Oh my God. We actually have Onimusha back. People, you gotta realize something. Onimusha has had a very, very turbulent past. We know their games was originally goated. They didn't have some mixed reviews, mixed reactions for a lot of people. Guys, I don't know, man. Capcom is on a roll right now, dude. People, I'm literally recording this after the Game Award. Literally recording this after. Is it Samanosuke? Come on, man. This is so freaking dope. Dude, look at these graphics. Is it a slight Souls-like? I don't know, man. All I gotta say is, we are so back with Onimusha, bro. They killed it with this. They legit killed it with this, man. Onimusha's back with better technology, better gameplay, RE engine. Bro, it's time. It's time, bro. Let's go. 2026, all I'm gonna say is keep this game on your watch list. It's about to be hype. The first Berserker is another game I don't particularly care for, unfortunately. Dying Light the Beast. I love the original Dying Light. Dying Light 2 is maybe a hit and a miss for me. We really gonna be good hands. Like, everyone likes a good zombie-esque kind of game, right? You know what I'm saying? We kind of do. Let's just see how well they keep this IP going. We don't want this thing to end up like The Division now. You know what I mean? We don't want that. But hey, not for me. I know a lot of people like it. Okay, we have a Game of Thrones game. I haven't seen any Game of Thrones. I know a lot of people give me hate for that. I'm not really a Game of Thrones fan. I like these cinematic style games. It's from Netmarble. It's more like a Korean kind of studio thing. I see its place for the Game Awards. I see it because it's a famous IP, Crimson Desert kind of style. Not for me personally, because I don't know anything about Game of Thrones, but I can probably enjoy the game. Last of Us Part 2 Remastered coming to PC. After a year later, Sony's gonna put their games on PC. That's just how it is at this point. Sonic Team Racing Crossroads is coming soon. Just a brief teaser of the game. Have no opinions on it. Arcade Racer, I'm interested for it. Hey, maybe it's good, maybe it's not. Don't know anything about it. Mafia: The Old Country. This game piqued my interest highly. I loved every Mafia game. Played them. Loved it. A good single player story driven game set in the Mafia universe, set in the old school Sicily. Sign me up. A good grimy thing set in Sicily and Italy. Come on now, people. A period piece. You will always love a good period. Game not for me, unfortunately, but it's made by the people that made Telltale, former devs. Single player, choice based, I like those kind of games. This, I'm not really feeling it, unfortunately. But I get it. This was also another shocker. Okami coming back? People, I've been saying that the whole time. Bro, fanboying out. This Game Awards was kick ass. It was. A lot of announcements, man. God, there's too much stuff to go around next year. It really is, man. Because seeing freaking Okami coming back is some of the most best news I've had in a while. This is for a lot of people. They love this game, love this series, love this IP, especially with the original creator. Goated, Capcom. You guys is doing amazing. You're probably the best studio right now. You really are. And for the final reveal, we have Intergalactic. Or maybe I could talk about it further in the future with this controversy with this game. Listen, people, I know Neil Druckmann has a lot of fans and a lot of people that hate him for what he did with The Last of Us 2. It pretty much shot his career, skyrocketed it, and also deteriorated it, if that makes any sense. For me personally, Intergalactic is a game set in space, automatically interested in it. It brings the feel of 90s anime, old school anime, mixed in with modern times going into the future. That is what I like. That is what I live for in video games. And of course, it's set in space. This game is going to be controversial, as you've probably seen on Twitter and in forums and in the comment section. Heck, at the filming of this video, they actually turned the comments off for the reveal of this game. You know why? Because they wanted to be controversial and they wanted to be something different. Listen, this is their vision for their game, and this is what they want to do with their game. I'm interested to see where this thing goes. I love Naughty Dog games. I probably will be playing this in the future. It's like a different narrative take on Star Wars Outlaws. Are they a bounty hunter? I need more information for this game. Maybe some information will come out later on down the road. But like I said earlier, Neil Druckmann knows what he's doing. I don't know if he's doing this out of spite for some people or developing this because he sees a future where this game can exist. I believe the future game can exist. And like I said, coming out with these games is also a stepping stone for the games we want. Like I said with Starfield, Starfield is a successor game as a stepping stone of what they want to do for the Elder Scrolls 6. I believe this game in particular is a stepping stone of what they want to do with The Last of Us or any other IP that they create in the future with this engine. And like I said, the nitty and gritty stuff people are talking about, listen, I'm not hearing an or for that. I don't care about none of that. I understand why this game is like this. I understand why they want to make something like this in the future. You know what I'm saying? Just tell me what the game is going to be like in the story and gameplay department, and we good. I'll give you a good rating accordingly. I have to see the vision of the game to judge the vision. But that now I'm just poking fun at you losers. Either way, once we see more stuff for this game, I'll give you a good breakdown of this. Like I'm saying, all I'm gonna say is, wow, that looks like an old PlayStation 1 disc from the 90s. That's actually kind of cool. Adidas. Of course, yeah, that I know that thing got a lot of people mad when they had the little Adidas thing. I don't know, Sony's with Adidas like this now. But either way, and it's a Porsche. Either way, people, I say just wait for more gameplay for the game and see where you lie. Because people can play this game for gameplay, people play this game for story. We'll see, people. All I'm gonna say is stay tuned for discussions about this game because this game could be a little rocky. That's all I gotta say, people. So if you guys want to listen to my long-winded response, me fanboying over a lot of these games and just completely dogging on a bunch of these games, people, this is where I talk about the actual grade of the Game Awards. Of course, I give individual scores and I knock off points. That's just my point system that I do. A lot of these games are for me. They really are. It scratches a certain itch of what they have for an award show for me, and actually a certain itch for a lot of people. Okay, this is gonna be, I give this Game Awards one thing. It's going to be an 8, no, high 7 to low 8. Honestly, that's the best option you can get. Of course, you would have got a 10 if you had some straight Bethesda heat in there. You know what I'm saying? Bethesda heat, you know what I'm saying? But, gotta keep it a buck. A lot of these games on here, like a good chunk of them at a certain section wasn't for me. It wasn't. But when the stuff that were for me, they were hitting. The stuff that was for me was off the freaking charts. The stuff that was for me was something I would go spend my money on, which is what people want in video games right now. Not this controversial stuff, not this other stuff of, hey, that's a fun game. Yeah, we want that. We really want that. Not this other BS that they're trying to shove down our throats. That's what people want to hear, you know what I mean? But either way, gaming right now, like I said earlier, is in a trajectory of being the most impactful and most expensive things ever. We have to keep that in check. The more games that come out, the more we're going to see a lot of stuff change. That's just how it is. And in the future, there's going to be a crossing point. There's going to be a lot of people that say, you know what? I'm done with games. I'm only going to go to this particular game studio. I'm done with games. I'm not going to support this. We're already seeing that now. Based on this Game Awards, we see there's a lot of different style of games coming out for 2025 and 2026 accordingly. There's certain things, we didn't see Grand Theft Auto here. We didn't see a lot of remasters here or remakes. We didn't see anything mainly Nintendo here. You know what that means? Next year, 100% is going to be a very, very stacked year. Very stacked year. All I'm going to say is, get ready, people. Because next year when these games come out, you'll be looking out. All I'm going to say is, there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out, and a lot of people ain't going to have a lot of money to be playing this. So hit up that Game Pass for Xbox, hit up all these sales on Steam. Just go ahead and do it, because if you got bread like that, good. A lot of people that don't, guys, I'm telling you, it's a lot of stuff coming. And certain things that I may know, may not know, is probably coming out and get revealed next year. That's all I gotta say, people. And for my final grade, like I said, high 7 to low 8. Like, share, subscribe, and peace for some more gaming content. And Game Awards is good, people. Hey, we up right now. That's up.